acknowledge, before I get into my formal remarks, the action that's taking place outside. I see also community groups, members of our participatory defense hubs, the Haddington hubs are present here today, that this is an issue that is so important to the community. They are so passionate and fired up about this crisis, and acknowledge that the narrative that we are reading in the media about crime, about gun violence, is having an impact in our justice system in terms of over-policing the kids that we're seeing coming into the system from our schools. And the community is really, really organized and passionate and ready for change. And so I want to thank District Attorney Krasner and his team for the work that they've done putting together this report. It is an important report. We are seeing more girls come into the system. We're seeing Black girls come into the system. I think Black girls are not only overlooked or over-scrutinized, they are over-policed. They are perceived as more mature. They are perceived as more aggressive. They're perceived as adults in our schools, in our justice system, and they're treated that way. So I think this is an important first step. While boys make up the majority of youth in our system, the number of girls is growing at a rate that should concern us all. Anyone who has heard me or my team speak on the issue of youth justice knows that the Defender has a keen focus on social interventions. As a society, we owe it to our children to do everything we can to keep them out of the justice system and to provide direct, family-centered interventions to those who do become justice involved. The data in the report underscores the need for our system to be much more comprehensive and thoughtful in its approach to our youth, and includes taking more care in considering which young people are being sentenced to placement in these facilities, ensuring that if we have to place, and we should do everything in our power to avoid that, that these facilities are close to home and easily accessible to family members, to be thoughtful and selective about detaining children with pending charges or other alleged infractions, and most importantly, increasing the number of partnerships we have with the city's community-based organizations so we can connect young people and their families with the support services they need. The report's recommendation to increase budgets for preventative and supportive community services absolutely resonates with our office. We are currently working on expanding our ability to provide social services to our clients, to our youth clients. And it is budget season, and I will note we are asking for $10 million, and a significant portion of that ask is geared towards increasing and expanding our child advocacy unit. Our data is strong and shows that involvement in the child welfare system, and Philadelphia leads the nation in the placement of Black and brown youth in our dependency system, and that involvement leads to involvement in the delinquency system and in our adult system. 1 in 3 of our kids in the delinquency system have a dependency involvement. And so when we disrupt Black and brown families and we separate children from their families, that has lifelong consequences. So while the focus is on the delinquency system here today, we have to go all the way back, and we need serious reform of our child welfare system. In the meantime, we will continue to work collaboratively with partners with the DAO. We are very close to securing funding to be able to do pre-petition diversion work and restorative justice work. And we will continue to always be a passionate partner for anyone willing to look at and keep our young girls and our boys away from the system. Thank you.